Guys, it's your boy Paul Techi. I want to do this quick video I just watched regarding this list of in Canada, guys. I want to talk about how Canada is filled with Nazis, guys. It, and I didn't need to read any book. I didn't need to have anybody tell me. I could just feel it. When I moved to Vancouver Island, Victoria, and I started meeting people, this is when my intuition really started kicking in. And is whenever I start touching people, I start feeling the energy. So I started dating these women who kept introducing me to their grandparents and their parents. And when I shook their hand, guys, I could feel the Nazi energy. And I can't describe that energy. It's very stifling. Imagine what a Jeffrey Dahmer vibe will feel like. Imagine what a serial killer vibe will feel like. That's the vibe I was getting when I touched these people when I moved to Vancouver Island. Now, before I go, I'll just let you hear about the story first.
A non-profit organization in Canada is planning to sue the federal government to stop the publication of a list naming 900 alleged Nazi war criminals who fled to Canada after World War II. Authorities say the move would save those named from, quote, embarrassment.
A few stakeholders were concerned that the release of the report would result in new legal action, criminal prosecution, citizen revocation, or otherwise, being brought against the individuals named in the report.
How their own government was complicit.
Citizen revocation.
Embarrassment. Alleged Nazi war criminals who fled to Canada after World War II. Authorities say the move would save those named from, quote, embarrassment.
Oh, yeah, who do you think it will save the names from? They don't want you to know that Canada is filled with the children of the Nazis, man. Guys, I am not racist. I don't hate Caucasians. I don't hate Indians. I don't hate anybody. I'm in love with God, and God does not permit me to be racist. But I have to tell the truth, right? And the truth isn't going to be in a format that's going to please you. You're going to find out, how are you going to react when you find out that your grandparents used to lynch black people and then come home and fix you a sandwich? You know, how are you going to react that your grandma was out there spitting on some black people and then came home and cooked you, what do you call it, a beef stroganoff? You know what I mean? The point is, guys, when I first got to this country and I started being aware, I realized that the people here had a lot of racial hatred energy surrounding them. And you have to understand that I did not know what racism was when I was in Africa. I only learned about racism when I came to Canada. And my first reaction is, what do you mean? These people hate me because of the color of my skin? And then I was told, this was a conversation I was having with my mom when I first came here about racism, because I experienced it when I went to school. And when I went home, I went to talk to my mom about it. And I'm like, what do you mean? They hate me because of the color of my skin? And my mom's like, yeah, that's how, yeah, these people are like that. They don't like the color of your skin. They will hate you for it. They'll find whatever reasons to hate you. And I'm like, are they aware that I didn't pick the color of my skin? And my mom, I don't remember what she said, but I'm starting to, that's the thing I don't get about being racist against. You didn't pick being the race that you are. It was given to you at birth, right? Like, you didn't pick it. So why are you racist towards someone about something that's like me hating you because you have blonde hair, or me hating you because you have green eyes, right? It's something that you didn't control. So why am I hating you for it?
A few stakeholders were concerned that the release of the report would result in new legal action, criminal prosecution, citizen revocation, or otherwise, being brought against the individuals named in the report.
Canadian jury have a right to know how their own government was complicit in the sheltering of suspected Nazi war criminals from potential prosecution. The concerns raised during the Library and Archives Canada's consultations do not mitigate the need for a full and expedient disclosure.
The idea that Canadians should be worried about the embarrassment or privacy of war criminals is obscene.
Guys, Canada is a place where they give refuge to the worst people in history. That's why they keep Canada, making Canada seem like it's this nice, lovely, quiet. No, man. If you guys knew the skeletons in Canada's closet, you would view it with a very different perspective. The reason why I know is because guess who put me in this gang stalking program? Because I could see them, I could feel them, and they notice, hey, this one can see. We have to cocoon him. Right? You know how many times the gang stalkers will come around and say this like psychological warfare? He's just different than the most black people. They say that to me, guys, all the time because of the way I am. But they don't realize one thing about me. I'm in a skin suit. I'm an angel of God sent here to watch and record and report. But along the way, somehow I got caught up in this world and I forgot my identity, but it's slowly coming back to me. Guys, I'm not saying this because I hate Canadians but guys, you can't bury your history. Do you not understand that the planet's getting smarter? Like, which means all the secrets you guys are burying is going to come up to the top. So you might well just reveal it and try to cover and try to do what you do, blame shift, to blame this person is because of this person while you guys cooked people in the oven.
Well, according to members of Canada's Ukrainian community, they were asked to weigh in on the decision by Canada's Library and Archives. However, no Holocaust survivors or scholars were even invited to join the discussion. As you mentioned, post-World War II, many soldiers from the Ukrainian Waffen-SS division did flee to Canada. And as I'm sure you remember, one of them received a standing ovation from Vladimir Zelensky and the Canadian Prime Minister in the country's parliament just last year. Yeah, Yaroslav Gunka, the man of honor, apparently, born in Ukraine and served in the 14th Waffen-SS Grenadier Division. It was a voluntary unit under the German Nazi command. We spoke to a historian of the Holocaust period, Gideon Grief, who says the fact that the Canadian government did not invite victims of Nazism to discuss the issue is a slap in their face.
Jewish organizations must be part of this debate because they were...
Guys, another thing you have to realize is these so-called Jewish people in Canada talking about how they were invited are actually, in fact, Nazis with Jewish identities that they stole when they came. I'm going to repeat this again, guys. You need to understand this. That a lot of the so-called Jews in Canada, especially the ones with the Polish last name, with the skis, the SKI in your last name, the Jovanovskis and all of that, those ones have the identity of the Jews that they killed in World War II, and they stole the identity to run to North America and pretend to be Jews. Guys, the reason I know, again, is when I'm around them, I can feel the energy. How am I around a Jewish person that has the exact same energy as a Nazi person? Right? That's how I know it's the same people with stolen identities trying to pretend. And I'm telling you guys, when you go to my Jewish brothers and sisters, when you go to the synagogue, this is the best way to figure out. You know, the ones that are donating a lot of money, they're involved in everything. They're pretty much controlling the synagogue community without even being a rabbi. Take those people, their grandparents and their parents, look in their background, you will find, and I guarantee you that they were Nazis before they came to Canada. I know this, guys. I've been saying this. I haven't been proven wrong about nothing I've ever said in my videos. Guys, this is like my 10th or 12th channel that YouTube and other platforms have turned it down. Nobody watches my videos, but they're so quick to shut down my channel. Why is that? Because I'm telling you the truth. Canada is a haven for war criminals because they stole a lot of money, and that's how Canada finances itself, with blood money. I'm going to get a lot of hell, a lot of gang stalking for telling you guys this, but I'm at the point where I don't care anymore. What are they going to... I am welcoming death. I just want to leave this place. I want to leave it for you nasty disgusting, reprobate mind people to dwell in your own filth, right? If I could get into heaven by committing suicide, I will have done it, right? So right now, my job is, I know how to get you guys to react in the way I want is by telling your secrets. And I'm telling you guys, for you immigrants here, you're working for the grandchildren of the Nazis. Either smarten up, open your eyes, and do some research before they block all the truth, all the books, all the internet. They're going to filter it. That's why they don't want you to learn history. They're trying to change history. I can even tell you that once upon a time, Canada was a black land. But they erased that. You have to go through history to find it out. These whitewashed natives here are not the real natives like 200 years ago in Canada. Okay? They're whitewashed. Anyways, it's your boy Pete Touch. And always remember, your adversary is a roaring lion waiting to devour you, my friend, until we speak again.
The main victims of the Ukrainian murderers who, along or besides the German occupants, made horrible crimes during World War II by killing hundreds of thousands of Ukrainian Jews in a discussion which is involving ex-Ukrainian criminals. Of course, Jews have to be there. Who else? They are the victims, besides other innocent citizens. So, of course, Jews have to be consulted. It's ridiculous that they are not, and there must be some good reason that the Canadian authorities do not do this. They want to hide something, to conceal something. This is a horrible moral escalation.
Guys, though, they don't want to hide anything because they know that some of the Jews here are actually Nazis. And if you are doing an investigation on them and you let them in, they're going to rot the investigation from within. That's why they kept the investigations from these so-called Jews. It's because they know that they are not real Jews. Why do you think Israel does not allow DNA testing, guys? Why? They do DNA. All the DNA testing companies are owned by Jews, but you can't do DNA testing in Israel. Why is that? Because you're going to find out who they really are. And they're not. They are the Nazis that were cooking the actual Jews. That's who they are now today.
So this has to be changed immediately, because if not, this is an insult to the millions of Jewish murdered people during the Holocaust.